We are the crew of planet Earth, and the least we can do is to make sure that we shall be able to continue to live on planet.
You can't have one who is dominating the whole field. And this is also why, again, why cooperation is so important. But all the international framework today is much more complicated than it was before, which makes international cooperation more difficult.
Spain, we don't have access to the moon. So we would like to have instruments on board Chinese spacecraft exploring the moon.
The common interest between China and Europe, as well as all other countries on planet Earth, this is the future of humanity. We are all living on planet Earth. We are the crew of planet Earth, and the least we can do is to make sure that we shall be able to continue to live on planet Earth. Science is also another common interest, because science is knowledge, and knowledge is the common asset of humanity, and so on and so on. So I know that there are diverging interests on a lot of activities on planet Earth, but they are common interests. So let's focus on the common interest. When I have started at ESA, there was still the Cold War, and Europe was squeezed between the Soviet Union at that time and the U.S. Yes, let's say Europe is smaller than the United States and smaller than China, but Europe can play a role on that. And this is what I have tried to do when I was DG of ESA. I was trying to link the Chinese space station and the International Space Station. My recommendation would be to have the US and China making a step towards the other. Again, on mutual interest.
The international framework, not only space, but all the international framework, today is much more complicated than it was before. 10, 15 years ago, international cooperation when it came to space science was an obvious. I mean, you would have bilateral mechanisms that they would, if somebody would be studying something of interest in Europe or in China, we would just put the people together. I would say maybe something would come out of it, or maybe not. Today it's perhaps a little bit more difficult, and I hope that we will come back to those times, because it was extremely, it was fantastic to work in that environment and to see all these possibilities and to see how we could unite people from different horizons to work together. I think that it's difficult to be for any nation to be the overall leader like this. I think that China has specific missions where China is at the top. Otherwise, where United States might be at the top, other scientific missions perhaps where ESA would be at the top. And I think that this is exactly how it should be. You can't have one who is dominating the whole field. And this is also why, again, why cooperation is so important, because we can see, okay, so you are very good at that. We would like to do this. Oh, that is interesting. Let's sit down and see how we can work it out.
The Spanish Space Agency, AE, all that, in Spanish was created very recently. It was created actually in 1923. Spain, we don't have access to the moon. The Spanish agency wants to promote bilateral cooperation and would like to have cooperation with China. We would like to have instruments on board some spacecraft, Chinese spacecraft exploring the moon, and put an instrument to observe.
I think that one of the most revolutionary thing that we will see very soon is the Tianwen-3, the Mars sample return. That is something which is absolutely going to be fantastic. 祝你成功，祝中国航天成功。